Hi, everybody. The Lady Bisons have advanced on in the winner's bracket of the Great American Conference Softball Tournament here today with an 8-1 victory over Southeastern Oklahoma. And Amanda Berry, a complete game victory. And just your initial thoughts on the win today. Just an outstanding performance.
Thanks. It was really, really special to get that win. I mean, we've been struggling here a little bit lately, and before the game, Coach was just telling us just go have fun and just enjoy the moment, and I think that was kind of what made us loose and ready to play and just excited to be here.
And a complete game in a tournament to start the tournament, so important to save arms as we move on. Were you thinking about that as the day went on?
Not really. I guess since we only had to play one game today, like I knew the other two would be ready if I needed them, and I knew that they'd be as helpful as they always are. So I wasn't really worried about it, but it definitely does help us, hopefully if we go long into the tournament that, if we only threw me today, then the other two will be a little more rested.
How important was the first inning? You hit the leadoff batter, and then you get a double play, and then you really sailed right along right after that.
Yeah, that was huge. I said in the huddle that was the whole game changer. Like, that play was huge. And I don't know, after that I just felt like everybody was like, oh my gosh, it's so fun. And so that play was incredible.
You've also got to talk about the fourth and the fifth innings. Go back and think about the fourth inning first for me. Bases loaded, nobody out. You only allow one run in that inning. What was the key there?
Just staying relaxed and trying not to make it too big of a moment, and just, relying on my defense, throwing strikes, and we had a big lead, so that's really all I needed to do.
And the same thing in the fifth inning, a 3-2 count, you get a big strikeout, was the first out of the inning, and then you get a pop-up and then a ground out to end it, and that was really the ball game at that point.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Like I said, I mean, I don't strike out a whole lot of people, so having a great defense behind me is always so nice, and they did a great job today.
Well, congratulations, Amanda Berry. Complete game victory today, and your team moving on. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Now we're going to visit with Peyton Mills after Amanda Berry. We just visited with her, and boy, I know that you loved watching your pitcher throw strikes and get the complete game victory today. Talk about her performance first.
Yeah, Amanda did great today, and I think that we really could work off of her energy because she was so relaxed up there. She owned it, and so we saw her confidence, and we knew we had to have her back and get her the hits that she needed to pull it out. So.
I mentioned the double play. You started that, the fly ball to right field, and you threw behind the runner at second base. Talk about that play. And also you had a big running catch there later in the game in right center field as well. Got a great jump on that ball.
Yeah, well, the double play, pretty routine catch, and Madison at the cut spot is something we practice always. We always run that play. The runner just happened to be in the right spot at the right time so we could get her. And I think that just totally helped our mojo. Everybody was super pumped about that play, so we just had a big inning after that. And then the catch in the gap, I just got a good jump on it. I read it well, and, Kendall was talking to me too the whole way, so I knew I had it.
And then tell me about your at-bat there in the second inning. One run was across. There was some pressure at that point because had the bases loaded, but only one run had scored. There were 2 outs and a bases clearing double that made it 4-0 Harding at that point.
Yeah, my first at-bat I was fouling balls off, and she had thrown me a good pitch the first pitch, and I watched it. And so I knew my second at-bat that if she threw me that pitch again, I was swinging at it, and I was going to be aggressive on it. And she delivered, and I just sat back and hit it where it was supposed to go. So.
And then you scored later in that inning as well on a ground ball off the glove of the pitcher. You were at second base. Tell me about that play because that was a great slide at home plate.
Thank you. Well, Coach Berry always preaches try and get 2-on-2, and I had a good jump, and he actually told me to stop at third. So my bad on that one, but I just kept going, and it worked out for me. I had a good slide, so I got in behind her, touched the back of the plate, but yeah, I probably should have stopped, I guess. I don't know.
No, you scored, so it's a good thing you went home. Congratulations on the victory. Great start to the Great American Conference Tournament for you and the Lady Bisons, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Peyton Mills with us here after the game, and now we're going to talk with Phil Berry. Lady Bisons victorious 8-1, and when I talked to you before the game this morning, you said that this team was very confident, ready to play, and I thought they showed that on the field today. They didn't look like a team that's a very young team.
I think what we just figured out that I just needed to go buy them a nice dinner a couple of weeks ago, and no, we had a great time last night, a nice team dinner where the kids presented awards to each other and some funny stuff and some light moments, and they just came out ready to play today, and fortunately it went our way.
How proud of are you of Amanda Berry? A complete game to start this tournament and get in the victory.
Well, it helps when your pitcher goes out there and can get into the game. She plunked the leadoff batter and managed to get out of that. And then we got a 5 spot, which relaxed her a little bit, and from there on she got in a couple of jams and was able to make big pitches to get out of it. We made some nice defensive plays behind her. We were talking about it in our huddle. Peyton Mills made a great running catch in right center field in the 2nd or 3rd inning after we'd gotten 5 that maybe kept them from getting a couple and getting back in it, and then she got out of Amanda got out of a couple of jams after that. With a key strikeout at one point and then some nice defensive plays. So she pitched really well today. Good to have her give us that performance.
And obviously the big double for Peyton Mills. But before that, I want you to talk about that in just a second, but the little things I think get lost in the game, and I think your team did the little things today. Pirtle was at the plate with 2 strikes, bases loaded, and I'd made the comment on the broadcast, got to put it in play right here. She did so, and something good happened.
Well, she's been working so hard on just protecting a little bit better with 2 strikes, letting the ball travel a little deeper, and that's exactly what we wanted in that situation. With her speed and the speed we had on the bases, if she can just make it bounce a couple of times and put a little pressure on the defense, maybe some good things will happen, and that gets it rolling. You get a run there, and then you're going to turn the lineup over, and you're going to get back to Peyton and give her the opportunity to do what she does, which is give us a big hit to kind of blow it open.
5 of the first 7 runs that your team scored, though, just like the Peyton Mills double with the bases loaded, 2 outs. So some huge 2-out hits today.
Right, and that's where we've come up a little short in the last couple of weeks. Those balls just haven't fallen for us, or we haven't had quite the quality of bats we wanted in those situations. And today our kids, they played relaxed, they played for each other, and when they got those opportunities, they made them pay off. We really felt like that the first inning for us offensively set the tone. Maddie Trump goes 8 or 9 pitches into her at bat and then hits a deep fly ball to center field. Peyton has a good at bat, strikes out, but still went 7 or 8 pitches in her at bat. We get a hit, and then we go deep in the 4 hole with Madison Leggett getting to see several pitches, and all of a sudden we've put 20, 25 pitches on her in the first inning. We've seen it well. The rest of the lineup knows we're barreling it up a little bit, and that builds the confidence, and we were able to do something with it later on.
Briley Faringa and Katie Carney. Let's talk about them real quick. 2 hits for both of them today, and Katie Carney with her 2nd home run of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we all know how big they were for us last year in pinch hitting roles and in pressure moments and that sort of thing. So they're not new to this kind of experience and being ready to go when it means a little bit more. And so both of them came up big, and we got it to 5-0. Then they got a run, and we're trying to answer. And Katie comes up and hits a solo home run to push it back to 6-1. And anytime that they can't bring somebody to the plate with the bases loaded, and that's the tying run, you feel a little bit more comfortable over there calling pitches, and that helped us do that.
Now, the fans always want to know what the Lady Bisons are going to do. You've got the rest of the day off. What's the plans for the team before playing tomorrow morning?
Actually, all they cared about right now was getting some food. So we'll go get some lunch, and we've still got some kids taking some finals and doing some other things. So they're still students right now as well as athletes. So they'll wrap up some of that, and we'll relax the rest of the day. And then we're all watching the weather for tomorrow to see what tomorrow's going to bring. We'll prepare as if we'll play at 10:30 here tomorrow morning. It'll be very much the same schedule as we had, and we'll just relax the rest of the day, enjoy each other, and be ready to go tomorrow if we get to play.
When I saw you first thing this morning, I said we don't play many 10:30 games. Are you worried about that? But you've got that one behind you. Not worried about it because your team played well, and we'll do it again tomorrow at 10:30.
Well, thank you, Billy. I appreciate y'all being here.
All right, Phil Berry joining us after the Lady Bisons victorious here today. They advance on 10:30 tomorrow morning against either Arkansas Tech or Ouachita Baptist. We'll have radio coverage on the Harding Sports Network at KVHU 95.3 beginning at 10:20 on Thursday morning. With the Lady Bisons in Bentonville at the Great American Conference Softball Tournament, I'm Billy Morgan.